Hi, this is April with the RawBabies, and I have my little 14-month-old that might help today. And I'm going to make some Irish moss. You want some of that? You gonna stay and help? Oh, anyways, we're gonna make some Irish moss. I've been doing a lot of research on minerals, and we've been doing Irish moss for about 6 months now. But I've decided that they're even more important than I thought they were before, especially for children, because our food supply is so depleted of minerals. Even if we're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, we're not getting the amount of minerals that we think we're getting or that we should be getting, because the US soil is so depleted in minerals. Back in 1936, the Department of Agriculture did a study, and they said nearly all the US soil was depleted of minerals, and that was in 1936. So now they've been adding like 3 artificial things to the soil since then, and we're not getting the amount of minerals that we should be getting. So there's a lot of childhood issues like ADD, an inability to sit still that can be attributed to the lack of minerals. So I've been just renegating minerals into my children lately with the Irish moss and dulse. I'll show you some dulse. Or maybe I won't. I thought my dulse was in here. Anyways, dulse is another form of seaweed. Irish moss is a seaweed, and dulse is one that you don't have to do anything to. You can actually put it in your salads. I haven't really acquired a taste for that yet, but I do put it in our green smoothies. Another mineral is shilajit. This is very, very expensive. I think it was like in the $30 range, maybe 40, that I paid for 2 ounces of this. So I've been using some of that. There are things that you can do not to deplete your body of minerals. Things like caffeine, sugar makes your body not absorb the minerals and depletes you of minerals. Did I say sleep? You need plenty of sleep. Lack of sleep is one of them. Sugar, stress. The Japanese people, they ate lots of seaweed and ocean food. So anyways, premature aging is another sign of lack of minerals in adults. So wrinkles and gray hair, and insomnia is another one that you can attribute to lack of minerals. So any minerals, extra minerals you can get, you can buy supplements. I prefer to get minerals from our food. You can do green drinks, the green powders and stuff. Stay there. I have a couple here. I think I've shown them on the screen before. This is our supply of them. I actually found out that I'm allergic to spinach, so I can't really take them because they have, this is New Chapters Berry Green, but I do give them to my kids. This is one that they liked at Whole Foods, and then when I bought it, they didn't like it, but it's supposed to be mixed with juice like they did at Whole Foods, so I usually don't do it that way. It's a chocolate one, and I need to get them drinking that one, and Green Vibrance. So those are my favorite after doing research on them. This one kind of tastes chocolatey to my husband too. So I've made it before, and I just don't have a specific amount of water that I do every time. I just go by the thickness I like. It actually thickens it up after you refrigerate it. So I am going to take, it's very sandy when you get it, so this is what it looks like. And I'll put some links of places that you can buy it, because I know you're not just going to find it in your regular grocery store, but that's what it looks like. It's all sandy, looks like it's fresh off the beach. You want to rinse it off. One thing I thought of, I use reverse osmosis water, and I thought, well, that leaches minerals from my body, so it's probably going to leach minerals from this. So what I did is I put my drops of minerals, I put my drops of minerals in it just as a precaution to make sure it wasn't sucking the minerals out of my expensive Irish moss. This is what we put in our water when we drink it, because we do the reverse osmosis for now. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to tell you, at the 1992 Earth Summit, see, you find all kinds of weird things in it. There's some stringing, there's sand. Try not to get grossed out because it's really good for you. So the 1992 Earth Summit decided that the 83% of the essential minerals were not in the soils. So that's a pretty big amount. So, and I think I'm probably gonna need more water, because I have more water. That was 3 cups I'm starting with, so we'll get an idea of how much we need. All we're gonna do is blend it up. It's gonna be like a thick goo, and it's kind of like a gelatin. You can use it. I used it in my pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving to make it like nice and thick. My raw pumpkin pie. Made it really good. You can make tiramisu. I haven't done that with it. Mostly I just put it in our smoothies or like our almond milk like shakes that I make, raw ice creams. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. When you're mineral depleted, your whole body suffers, but the thing in your body that's the most affected by it is your adrenals. Especially when you're pregnant or gonna get pregnant, you make sure you have plenty of minerals, because your baby's adrenals actually expand and don't work properly, and so when they're born, they're actually very intelligent, but they can't process things correctly because their adrenals aren't working correctly. They're depleted of minerals. So you want to make sure that you feed your children plenty of minerals. Before you get pregnant, I wasn't as wise with my first couple of children. I'm going to be much wiser with my next children, do more cleansing and stuff before I have children, and make sure I'm full of more things than just folic acid like we're taught. So I'm going to blend this up. Show that civilizations fall with the quality of their soils. So that's not very good news after I told you how bad our soils are. I'm going to add a little bit more water because it's like very, very thick right now, and after it sits in the fridge, it's going to get really thick. Another thing to remember when you use warm water, always use cold water when you're soaking and washing it. When you use warm water, you're drying out the viscousness, the gelatin part of the seaweed, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to rinse that down the drain. So I'm going to keep adding a little bit of water. It looks like I would do, for that amount, I started with like a small handful of the seaweed that I soaked, and it expands quite a bit. So what I would do is use probably 4 cups of water for that. I'm going to add a little bit more water, but for the sake of camera time and boring you, I'm going to add some more water, but it's going to look like this. And when I make a smoothie, I just scoop some out and throw it in the smoothie. I'm not real accurate with my measurements. I kind of was taught how to cook from my grandma, and that's how she was taught to cook. So that's it. That is my Irish moss, and that is one of your big ways to get minerals. I said the green drinks. What were some of the other things? Organic foods. Organic standards are so much stricter on their soils, so they have to be using better soils and better, I don't know if they use fertilizer, but they're very strict on what soils they use. And whether they reuse the soil too much, so you want to make sure you're getting organic foods. You'll also get way more phytonutrients. It's proven that if a plant has pesticides used on it, it'll stop producing as many phytonutrients, which are your cancer-fighting nutrients. It'll stop producing those, so you won't be getting as many from those. So you buy some non-organic blueberries. All those phytonutrients that plant would have produced, it doesn't have to produce now because it's not fighting itself. So it doesn't have to fight for itself. It's got the pesticides for it. It's all gone. I made it into this. Oh, you want to see that one? So, over and out from RawBabies. See you next time.